I'm gonna do a secret video here. I asked a moment ago if you had any questions so I could answer that for you on Facebook, that is. This is one of the perks of liking me on Facebook, facebook.com/thezachgeorge. Did you guys see the video I posted last night on teaching your dog 4 things: how to sit, lie down, come back up into a sit, and then into a stand? I think this is one of the most amazing drills you can do with a young dog because it really gets them thinking, and it's a good exercise in getting your rhythm and pace up, especially with a high energy dog, which, as you'll recall, is very important. You've got to work at a fast pace if your dog is very energetic. So check out that video, it'll be in the description. Also, what do you think of the new iPad Air, the latest one from Apple? I like it, it's nice. So this question comes from Deborah Ann. Keeping my dog off the couch. How do I do that when I'm gone? And how do I get her to listen to me when I'm outside? So basically, Deborah, you're making the classic beginner mistake, right? Expecting that your dog is just gonna do the right thing when they're unsupervised. I wish this was the case, but yeah, dogs don't learn how to do things like staying off the couch or listening to you outside without heavy communication and heavy training in most cases. Remember, if your dog is particularly young, they're much more likely to stay close to you and be seemingly obedient, but don't drink the Kool-Aid, don't fall for it, because as a dog gets older, they tend to get more curious and tend to tune you out a little bit more as this world becomes yet more interesting to them. Let's take your point about getting on the couch when you leave first. You know, the biggest thing that I think you need to understand is we have to control our dog's environment for the first many months of teaching them. We have to supervise them at every waking moment. Now, of course, that's not realistic. We can't always do that. So when we cannot supervise them, we have to be in a position to control their environment. What I'm getting at is when you leave the house, for the time being, your dog should not have access to the couch if you don't want him to lie on the couch. Incidentally, if you guys are okay with your dog getting on the couch, don't sweat it, it's cool. If it's cool with you, it's cool with me. What do you do when you are home in order to get them out of the habit of getting on the couch? If they're like most dogs, they'll give you that look with those big puppy dog eyes and they'll say, "Can I get up on the couch with you?" At which time, of course, you'll have to deny that to them for the time being and tell them, no, you need to lie down over here. It might make things a little bit easier to have their bed or something that they're comfortable with right next to you so they can still hang out with you. But you have to be very consistent in enforcing where they're supposed to lie down, and you have to do this over time, especially now that the habit has been established. Breaking a habit is much more challenging and takes much more time than simply teaching them right in the beginning, but that's okay. When your dog is chilling out in the right place in the house, let them know you like that. Let them know, yeah, that's cool. You can pet them, you can give them affection. I don't know that we necessarily need to reward with a major currency, but just letting them know in a parental way how much you appreciate the behavior is probably sufficient in this case. Now, here's some things that you can do. If you are able to pinpoint the moment your dog gets on the couch and you can preempt it, that would be better. For example, some dogs might jump on the couch the second you close the door, at which time you know what's gonna happen, so you start to close the door and then you immediately go in, intervene, redirect them. You don't wait till you have to go to work for 8 hours to practice this if this is the case with you. I hope that makes sense. You want to set up specific training situations to deal with these. It's not as hard as you think, you just got to do it. What do they have access to? What don't they have access to if I leave them unattended right now? This is what you have to ask yourself. And every once in a while someone will make the point, you know, that's just not realistic. I can't supervise them for whatever reason. But think of it like this. You would never expect a very young baby to lie in a regular bed unattended. That's why we have cribs for them, so that they can be safe, to keep them from getting out and getting into mischief. That's why we have playpens for them to control their environment. Use that part of your brain that you would use when teaching a young child, when teaching a dog. There are so many parallels, and at the end of the day, it just comes down to common sense. Now I'm going to address the second part of your question, Deborah. How do you get your dog to listen to you outside? Most people in the world do not understand this very basic basic point about teaching dogs. Just because your dog will sit, stay, lie down, and come to you while in your living room and in your house does not mean they will do this outside. What I'm saying is that we as people make the mistake of making that assumption, making that leap that, oh, since my dog sat while I worked with them last night for 10 minutes, they know it. When you change your surroundings on a dog, when you change their environment, you have to reteach everything. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Every time you have a major variable change, like the surroundings, just stop, reteach. Also, you have to train in different environments very, very often. I'm not talking about going out there and doing it once in a while. The more of a special occasion it is to your dog, the less likely it is that they're going to listen to you. So, where you can make very rapid gains on this is by prioritizing your relationship and your bond with them. Therefore, they become more likely to listen to you the stronger leader you are and stronger parent you are with your dog. Our dogs have no business being in an uncontrolled environment outside or off leash or in an unfenced area until they have very vividly demonstrated that they'll first listen to us while on a long lead. You can get a long lead from lots of websites, so check that out and order one, and that will give you lots of control over your dog while also phasing in off-leash freedom with them. But we have to be in a position to get to them, to teach them, be more interesting when you're working with them. Easier said than done. Again, figure out your own way to do that. So Deborah, I hope this helps, and I hope this helps a lot of you who are going through the same thing. I try and select questions that are more common, that more people are dealing with, so I know a lot of you are having the same issue. Anyway, let me know if you have any other questions in the comments below. It's nice to make a secret dog training video again, and I'm working on my next main YouTube dog training video today. I also got a new computer, which is awesome, so it's making the editing process a lot easier as well. Okay guys, click thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, share this video, tell your friends about my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. Let's keep growing. The revolution is getting bigger and bigger every day. We'll see you guys later.